Hey everyone, welcome back to Gorgeous Pandemonium. This is part 2 of our pilot episode. Whoop, whoop. Whoop. I'm Gabrielle.
And I'm Charissa. We're so excited to have you back for us with another episode, the continuation, where we will continue to dive into the big things, the little things, and all the gorgeous chaos in between.
So grab your favorite drink, get comfy, let's get into it.
Right.
So I know last week we only got into 2 of our 4 topics. So I'm so glad that we decided to do this. I have a couple, I have a topic to get us started today.
Okay.
So my topic for today is vacations and staycations.
Okay.
And the importance of them.
Okay.
Okay.
Love that.
And how they can look so different for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So for me, a vacation is ideally all-inclusive. I know that's not for everyone.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, no, we like to go and do this and that and whatever. That's not included in everything.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's like, if I'm going on a vacation, I don't want to have to worry about anything.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I guess it doesn't have to be all-inclusive. Like if I'm going with someone or people or whatever and someone else plans it.
Yes.
Then that's
just not
fine.
having to plan it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be the one who is stressed out about getting to everything on time and all of this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Vacations are for relaxing.
Right. But my favorite vacation I've been on so far is probably, I love all vacations. No, it's probably been one of my trips to St. George that I've taken. As an adult, as well as a child, because we would go every summer. Mm-hmm. But as an adult, it's just so nice because my mom has a timeshare down there. Mm-hmm. And so when I go, I don't have to worry about paying for a hotel. Mm-hmm. That's so wonderful. And granted, this is not all inclusive by any means. I eat out every time I go out there, but and they have the little shops and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. But it's when you're down there, at least for me, when I go down there is no plan. Mm-hmm. If there is a plan, it's only one of the 7 days I'm there.
Okay.
And I love that.
Yes. So
when I went with my mom in November, we went down and had 0 plans. We just were there to be with each other, right? Mm-hmm. Granted, I had to work for part of the time. But we woke up when we woke up. I woke up for work, did work, whatever. But there was no set anything. Mm-hmm. And that is such a rechargeable moment to live for. Mm-hmm. But then one of the days we did have a plan and we went down to Vegas for the day. And we went to the Zach Bagans Haunted Museum.
Right.
Which I don't want to rub anyone the wrong way. But I was so disappointed.
Yeah.
I love Ghost Adventures, don't get me wrong. I watched all of them or are keeping up with watching them or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I am so disappointed because I was expecting something more. Mm-hmm. But it was a lot of fog and a lot of animatronics. And it just...
Not real.
Not real. And they're always of course they work there, they have to talk up, oh, well, we just did this a couple weeks ago and there was a lot of activity. Mm-hmm. And I walk in there. And fun fact about me, I'm super sensitive to the supernatural. Mm-hmm. So I can walk in somewhere and I can feel the difference. This did not feel like anything. I had a hard time breathing at one point from the fog. And someone made a comment about, oh, it must be a spirit presence. And I was like, no, there is too much fog in here.
There's a fog machine.
It is a fog machine, and I'm not here for it. So one of the episodes, they have in one of the episodes, they got the...
Do they have episodes about the museum?
I think they have done episodes on the museum. Yes, they have done episodes.
Ghost Adventures is a
TV show.
Okay.
So one of the TV show episodes, there's this chair. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's a rocking chair, very haunted. It's actually one of the Conjuring, one of the Conjuring and Annabelle movies was there's this chair, right?
Okay.
I think it's the same chair. I could be very wrong. Mm-hmm. But people are you don't touch the chair. You don't get too close to the chair. And of course, as they're talking about this chair that's right in front of us, and there's this thing that a not a shelf, but a cabinet type thing separating the people from the chair. Mm-hmm. If you feel brave enough, you can go near the chair, but don't touch it. And everyone else is oh my gosh, no way. Absolutely not, no way. And I walk my happy ass around the cabinet, and I'm like, I'm going to get as close to this fucking chair as I can because I can't feel a damn thing here. And there's no way I am that blocked off from my gifts.
Mm-hmm. Especially being on vacation and being relaxed.
And being relaxed and just like open,
right?
So here I am, open as can be. And I walk up to this chair, and I'm like, and my mom's just looking at me like, what are you doing, Gab? Like, don't do this to yourself. Please don't. And I'm over here, and I'm just like, I don't feel a thing. And I was so bummed out because usually, like with eerie, menacey ghosts and spirits and vibes, I catch those fast. And I didn't feel a damn thing.
That's so lame.
Which was so lame. But it's cool because I played one of my favorite lottery games while I was in Vegas, and I won $80.
So that was nice. Okay, that's something.
Right. But like, sorry, I totally side wound that.
That's fine. That's going to be our conversations.
I love it. But yeah, so aside from that, like the museum itself is really cool. There's a lot of like knick-knacky things and everything that they've like treasures from their adventures and whatever, right? And I'm just like, oh, this is so cool. This is so, so cool. I was hoping that they had the live Annabelle doll or the real Annabelle doll. They didn't.
Really?
No, they said that they couldn't have it on display because it was causing too many issues. So it was just a replica. And I'm like, maybe we should take the issues with us. Maybe we should just let it happen. But
maybe
whatever.
People should understand that's part of going to a haunted museum.
Exactly. But I was like, I was totally like prepared for like to have an entity like want to catch a ride with us back to St. George or whatever. No.
Lame.
Super lame. But it's okay because like it was a fun experience. I got to experience it with my mom. Like,
good.
It was awesome to like go and do all of that. And I love road trips. Like love road trips especially with my mom. Okay. With anybody, even by myself. I love them. But like,
have you done a lot with your mom?
Oh yeah. Nice. Love going on road trips with her. So we like a lot of the same stuff. So our go-to road trip playlist, if you will, is not a playlist. It's an audiobook on Audible. It's an Audible exclusive.
Okay.
And it's not a book. It is like an audio play.
Okay.
It's called Heads Will Roll. It was written and starred by Kate McKinnon.
Okay.
Fucking hilarious. Super raunchy in some parts, but fucking hilarious to me and to my mom. And so we'll listen to that whenever we're together. And it's like, I want to say it's like 5 hours or so, but it's so good. It is so
good. I love that.
Or we'll listen to like, we've listened to books together. That Cackle book that I told you about that one time in a tiny conversation. And I just was like, oh, I just listened to Cackle. It was really good. Mm-hmm. It's the one that I told you I wanted to have a pet spider because of that book.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so now I'm not so sure I want an actual arachnid as a pet. I will love them from a distance in the garden.
I don't know that James would come over anymore.
I don't know. I'm surprised he comes over with his cat allergy.
That's true. That's true love. He loves you, and he loves the girls.
He is the sweetest thing. You literally lucked out with that, man.
I honestly don't know how the fuck.
So I gotta say, when Zane, my boyfriend, first came into my life, I was so excited for him to meet James.
Yeah.
And you, of course, because you're my best friend. So it's like, okay, let's be best friends with my best friends so we can all be best friends and it'll just be a beautiful thing. But like, I was so excited for him and James to become friends. So far, so good. Zane is a huge fan of James.
I was so excited about that too. As soon as you started talking about him, I was like, okay.
This is going to be good.
It's happening.
This is going to be fucking awesome. But yeah, no, he's there. This is just good stuff. This is good stuff.
It is.
But so speaking of vacations,
yes,
camping this year.
Yes.
So I, for the past 8 years, have gone camping at least twice every summer. Last summer was really hard because I was camping almost every weekend or had something going on every weekend.
Overwhelming.
And when it comes to vacations, to me, camping is not a vacation. Like, I can see how it could be a vacation for some people.
There's just so much you have to do with it,
But there is so much prep work. Mm-hmm. And that is not a vacation to me.
Well, not even prep work, like, throughout it.
Yeah.
You have to cook your meals and...
make sure you have enough booze if you're me, which means I have to have, depending on how many days I'm there, a bottle of wine every day. And then I never feel good when I come home.
Which, like, you don't drink like that normally.
I don't.
No.
I don't. But when I'm camping, I get the big barefoot of Moscato.
Oh
Not the little one. Not the regular large one. But that gallon one.
Yeah.
And I will drink one in a day. And I don't think that's healthy, and I don't recommend it.
That's fair. That's fair. But when you're camping.
But when you're camping, I feel like anything
Rules
goes.
are off.
Like,
Yeah.
But my favorite thing to do, I say because of the wine, but it's not. It's just because on the inside, I am very mean. And I will set up camp. And by that, I mean I will get one of my chairs. And if I'm camping with a certain group of people, there's a very large chair. Like it's the oversized camping chair.
Uh-huh.
That one of our friends has. Mm-hmm. And I will confiscate that very politely and be like, hey, I've got my wine. Can I use your chair? And he just knows, yep. Where do you want it set up? And I'm like, where I can see everyone. So as soon as I'm set up and and I'm crisscrossing this chair and I have my blanket on me and I have my wine, anyone who crosses my path gets an aggressive insult or an insult / comment or compliment. And it's just like, or aggressive compliments. I am so good at aggressive compliments when I'm drunk. Like, you fucking suck because you're so pretty.
Yeah. I feel like I have heard those for sure.
Oh,
I
yeah,
have never been on that camping trip.
The first night is always so fun.
Yeah.
The second night is still pretty fun. Uh-huh. By the third night, I am done.
Yeah.
Because fair. At that point, we've all had a little too much of each other. Uh-huh. But I mean, like, you guys are probably going to hear it if they ever listen to this. But like, for me, I'm like, I need to recharge emotionally.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, I love going on that camping trip. Like, granted, this year I'm not going, but like, things are different now. My dynamics are different. Maybe next year I'll go. I don't know. But this year I'm not going on that camping trip. And instead, I was actually going to say, hey, we should go on a camping trip that weekend.
We should.
But
can you believe we've only been camping together once?
I know.
Last summer.
But I was talking to Zane about it, and he likes camping.
Yes.
So I think that we should go with the group from last year.
Yes. Uh-huh.
But we can go.
There's potential change in the groups too.
Yeah, but like
we'll get a good group together.
We'll get a good group together and go, because like I know that if I'm camping with you, I don't have to worry about it. I don't have granted, obviously I worry about like my own food or whatever, but like it's not nearly as I need to make sure everyone is not only safe but not dying, not going after each other, not like that someone's not gonna like start a fight and all of a sudden the whole camp is going to explode. Like, I don't want to deal with that. And so that's why I loved camping with you guys. Granted, we only went for an overnight, but
it was so fun.
It was so fun. I totally want to do it again. At one point, James and one of his friends, one of our friends, ended up dancing with their shirts off on one of the camping tables. I think most of
some of us followed
suit. Like, it was just a wild but good time.
Fun. I don't think that I've ever been on a camping trip that's just friends. Because, like, my family likes to camp. Mm-hmm. And sad news, I found out last Sunday, my dad sold his trailer. Oh. So we're probably not going to do family camping trips anymore because they won't go without a trailer. But I've always wanted to go with just friends. And I don't think I've ever... So I've had friends join my family one before, but I've never gone with, like, just friends. And it was so fun. And I really, really want to do it again. I mean, I guess my sisters were there, their family, but still, it was a friend vibe.
That's the thing about the age that we're at, is that our siblings aren't just siblings; they are our friends.
Yes, and it's so beautiful. I love it so much.
I love your sisters.
They're pretty great.
They are phenomenal. Mm-hmm. I hope you guys are listening because I'm a huge fan of both of you. If not, that's cool. Just the universe knows that I'm a fan of you guys, so
they love you.
That's good. That's good. But like, so with like a vacation, sorry, I totally got sidetracked with the whole camping thing, but it's more of a vacation when I'm doing it with people that are on the same path that I am on.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to stress about.
I don't have to stress about every little thing.
Yep.
And that's beautiful.
That is beautiful.
Yeah. But like, so with that actually brings me to the next part, which is staycations.
Yes.
Staycations look different for everyone. Mm-hmm. For some people, a staycation is, okay, well, I have this laundry list of things I need to get done to make it easier to live anyways, right? Uh-huh. That is not a staycation to me.
No, that's just
like
time off of your
that's just wasting
full-time
PTO.
job to do other things.
Yeah. And I'm just like, so with Zane, mm-hmm. I have gotten to do little staycations because I'm not actually leaving. Mm-hmm. I'm just going down to his neck of the woods for a weekend or for an overnight or something.
Which is a little bit of a drive for you. So
which, I mean...
A little road trip there.
It's like a little staycation. And it's so nice because, like, again, when I'm with people that are on the same path that I am on, mm-hmm. there is no stress.
Yes.
There's no pressure. There's nothing like that. Nothing negative. And that is, like, so I have been so lucky for the past however long we've been talking and seeing each other or whatever, that I've gotten to go down there a couple times. And it's just so nice. And it's like, okay, so this is a staycation. Mm-hmm. I still get to wake up when I want to wake up because that man is a freaking sleepyhead. And he knows how I feel about this because we talk about it every time I stay over. Because it's like, I'm like up at 7 because my body doesn't like to sleep past 7.
I mean, because you get up how early for work?
I usually wake up at 4:30 to get to work on time.
So 7 is sleeping in for you.
That is sleeping in for me.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what time I go to bed. 7 is where my body's like, nope, no more. Unless I take magnesium and take 2 of them, then I can sleep. For hours.
Magnesium, some good stuff.
I mean, till 8.
So for an additional hour.
But I get that extra hour. But like he is such a sleepyhead. So like this morning, I got to wake up at 7, and I took one of his dogs for a walk because his other dog is still getting used to me. She's not fully used.
Yeah,
like
doesn't want to go with just you.
She doesn't want to go with just me. But his dog Fletcher, who is the sweetest dog. We joked before we made it official that this dog is my boyfriend and I'm his girlfriend because he loves me. Aww. And he has since day one, which was amazing.
Yeah.
But like, I think that part of that is because we FaceTimed a lot before we actually like met in person.
That's fair. So he like heard your voice and
so
stuff.
He heard my voice and all of this stuff. But for the record, going back to the first part of the pilot episode, so last week's episode, that viral TikTok video is actually how Zane came into my life.
Yeah.
Because he commented on it all sly, then slid himself into my DMs and got my Snapchat.
And
here we are. And it's just bizarre that this is, damn, okay, sweet. I'm like, okay. But anyways, so he is, yeah, Fletcher. So I got to walk Fletcher. Okay. And we didn't do like a long walk or anything, but it was just nice to be able to like wake up. And like, if I were to do that here, wake up and go for a walk. I have cats. I don't have dogs. I'd be by myself. And it's really hilly up here. At least where he is, there's not so many hills.
That's nice.
So like, it was just nice to be able to go and take him out and just walk for a minute and then come back and get back into bed. And just like hang out. And that, like, there was no pressure. There was no plan. It was just, well, I know I need to leave by this time. And because I went with my sister and my nephew to the Natural History Museum in Salt Lake, which if you haven't been, you should definitely go. It doesn't matter if you have kids to take with you. It is so cool. Like, I felt like a kid again, being able to like do all the interactive stuff that's not just made for kids. So it's like, so much fun. And like, so I got to do that today, and now you're here, and it's wonderful. And I went to lunch with one of my other friends and her daughter, and like, it's just been such a nice day. And such like, and even though that's like, to me, this is a staycation. Yeah. I feel like I've just had a staycation. Even though like we have the podcast that we're doing, to me, this is not work yet. Hopefully it never becomes like work. Yeah. But like, because I love talking to you anyways. And I love that now we have like, not that we need an excuse to hang out every other weekend, but like, it's so nice to be like, James, Zane, you need to stay away.
This is our time. Yes. Set in stone. And we get to share this and share our awesomeness and our awesome conversations.
Right. And it's like, this is fantastic. So to me, this is a staycation.
Yes.
I did have every intention, though, of when I came back, because I just got home from Idaho yesterday, because I was staying with my nanny while my mom was at a conference. But shit hit the fan, and my mom came home early. Mm-hmm. And, like, it was great to hang out with my mom, because, again, you guys, I love my mom so much. Like, she is amazing. But, like, coming home, I had every intention of not doing anything but beginning the organization and purging process before I move in a couple of months. Mm-hmm. And that obviously did not happen. That's going to be tomorrow after bowling. Like, okay, that's what I'm going to be doing. But, like, being able to switch those gears and not have a plan and just do what feels good. There's just something that I don't know. I feel like staycations need to be staycations, like, not a laundry list of things to get done. I understand the purpose of that. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I understand that, like, when you have so many things built up, it makes it easier to just take a day and just get it done.
Yeah.
I am not wasting my very hard-earned PTO to get chores done. I will do that on a day I have other things going. And I will stress myself out to the point where I call you crying and just need your moral support while I put my laundry away. Like, because it's like, to me, it's like those staycation days or whatever, or long weekends or however you need to recharge are so important. And they need to be mindful and dedicated to yourself and not to your surroundings. Does that make sense?
It does. Okay. Yeah.
So I'm going to hop back a few steps.
Okay.
What has been your favorite vacation you've ever taken?
That is a good question. I am going to say my favorite vacation was 3 years ago. I went with both my sisters to Vegas, and it was a sister trip, and it was around my birthday. So we celebrated my birthday, obviously, but it was so fun because we drove down there. So we had a road trip, the three of us. We stayed in a hotel room together. We went down, and I don't think that they had ever been, or at least not my youngest, had ever been to Vegas as an adult and had, like, never gambled and stuff. So, like, we did like gambling, and we did very well. And I was like, this is where it gets addictive. Be careful. Like, I split $20 between the three of us, and we each walked away with at least $30.
Oh.
Yeah, like, we did well. And it was really cute. What were we playing? I think we were playing blackjack, honestly. And we had this couple come over and like, walk us through how to play and, like, help it, because it wasn't like a dealer person, it was on a machine. Yes.
So may I ask questions about this trip?
Yes, please ask questions about this trip.
Okay, so with this trip, so obviously it was around your birthday. What prompted this trip? Because I know you said it was like around your birthday.
Yeah.
So you celebrated your birthday. But was it for your birthday, or was it just a sister trip?
It was for my birthday. It was a sister trip because so I'm the oldest, but my older of the two sisters, her and I had gone on a trip to Colorado because the youngest wasn't quite 21 yet.
Okay.
And we went and did some adult things. And it was really fun. And I was like, we should definitely do this more. And then, of course, the youngest was like, can we do something, the three of us, please? Because I would love to be involved. And I was like, absolutely. Like you said earlier, I love my sisters so much. They're just so fun to be around. And I had been divorced for me because it was like a 9-month process, I think.
I feel like that's pretty normal.
Yeah. Especially with children involved. I mean, that was the biggest.
I mean, I only had cats and I got full custody.
I'm so happy for you. But yeah, I had been officially divorced for a few months. Oh, and it was my 29th.
Okay.
So, and it was just like, it was like my 29th, about to hop into my 30s. I was divorced and happy and going down this journey, and like, I wanted my sisters to be there, and it was just, so like, there were multiple reasons for the trip.
Love it.
But it was such a beautiful thing. And it was funny because I had actually like just started talking to James the week before. And we were texting during the trip. Yeah. But it was, like there were like a couple things that like my sisters were like, oh, I want to hit this, or I want to go here or do this. And same, I was like, I want to do this. But there was one morning where we woke up and we just went down to the pool and spent like half our day in the pool. And then one of them went off and did their own thing, and two of us hung out. And then like it was just, and then like we did do a lot of things, the three of us, which was really nice. But it was also like, if you want, you can go do your own thing too. And on my birthday, I got way too drunk. Like they had to take me back up to the room. I was throwing up.
Oh no.
It was bad. But it was, so we went to see a comedy show.
Oh shit.
And I fucking love comedy. And I don't even remember, because the comedy show is what I wanted to, one of the things that I wanted to do. And they had this deal at the comedy show that was like, I don't even remember the deal because it was so long ago, but it was like, spend this much, get unlimited drinks or whatever. And I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it. And they were like, dude, the comedy show is an hour. Like, how much are you going to drink in an hour? And I was like, oh shit, that's true. So yeah, I downed a couple. And then they were like, hey, guess what? We don't have enough tickets sold for the next comedy show. You want to stay for another one? And I was like, hell yeah, I do. So we stayed for like 2 or 3 comedy shows, and I kept the all you can drink and just, drank all I could.
A little too much.
Until I couldn't.
I love it.
Yeah, but it was great. It was still fun. So then on the way home, I was so hungover and literally laid down in the backseat of my sister's car the entire time. We had to stop and get me some food so I wouldn't throw up. That part was a little rough, but the trip was so fun. And it was so great. Like, I've heard so many women say, like, take the trip. First off, take a trip by yourself. Mm-hmm. I haven't fully done that. I have traveled by myself to places, like, for work. Mm-hmm. And I've been able to, like, have some time by myself, which is really nice. But, like, it was a work thing. So, obviously, I was there with other people. And I wasn't alone with them, obviously, so I still want to do that. But, like, also just like travel with, kind of like you're saying, like safe people that you're close to, people that like, no matter what happens, it's going to be okay. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a journey. And I'm just so glad that I got to share that with my sisters. It was awesome.
I love that. Yeah. I love that.
Yes. Thank you.
I'm so happy.
Thank you. And I also want to comment on what you were talking about, how sometimes we take our PTO to do our to-do list. Mm-hmm. And it's so shitty that we feel like we have to do that, because did you know the 40-hour work week was built off a household having one person working to get income and one person staying home and taking care of all of the other duties in the home.
I did not know that.
So that you don't have to come home and stress about and do all that. But none of us can afford, well, not none of us, but it's not as easily affordable these days.
Right.
To have the luxury of not having to stress through those. So yeah, some of us, whether individually or in a partnership, work and have to take our hard-earned time off so that we can make our lives a little bit easier. And it's so shitty because like it's nice if you can put it into a weekend or after work or whatever. But it's
right. And like I said, like I understand why people do it. I just hate it so much that I would rather stress myself out to the point of being sick.
Yeah. But I get that because it's, you want to spend your time off doing what it was meant for, enjoying the time and being stress-free. Granted, some of your to-dos can be fun, right? Like I took some time off around my daughter's birthday to paint her room, and that was fun.
I love that.
It was kind of stressful. Oh. I shared that with you, but it was fun too. But yeah, it's
love that.
The reality we live in.
It is. That's a bummer. But I think that's where like a lot of boundaries come into play.
That's true.
Because like you have to have those personal boundaries for yourself.
You do.
And you also have to have those personal boundaries or with those boundaries with your partner to be like, hey, this is a vacation. This is a staycation. We're not stressing. And be on the same page.
Yep. Thoughts? Yes. Boundaries. I completely agree. It's so crazy to me how, I don't know, I guess it's not crazy, but like just thinking of growing up with what the word boundary meant, I didn't realize that it like You literally have to have boundaries in so many different places, because you like have a boundary of a vacation. This is a vacation. We're not working. We're not, if you can put your cell phones away, right? Like we're not getting online, but also like have boundaries with yourself of work. I'm like, hey, I'm putting work away and I'm coming into my home life and I'm taking care of my home or my family or whatever, especially working from home. That is so hard. You have to have so many boundaries with that. Because I'm like, I work from home, right? I find myself on my breaks, if I'm not doing something with my children, I'm doing the dishes, I'm, you know, doing all these things. And sometimes that's okay, because I made a comment to one of my employees, because they said, oh, because I gave them an extra break. And they were like, oh yeah, I'm going to go do a chore. And I was like, fuck that. Do something for yourself. Do not spend your break doing a chore. And they were like, I'm going to spend my break doing a chore so that when I'm off work, I don't have to do this chore. And I can spend time doing what I want to for the rest of the night. And I was like, you know what? Okay. I like that. I'm here for that. I'm here for that.
So that was one great thing. That's one of the many things I miss about working from home, because recently I had to go back into the office.
Yeah.
But like being able to, like, granted, like you have a dedicated space. You have an office.
Yes.
I don't in my apartment.
It's so hard when you don't.
I almost did for a minute, but I hated being in those four walls all day long. But like being able to like take a break and get something done. It's like those micro cleaning. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Where you just take on one task at a time.
Yep.
That is so nice about
is.
working from home.
Yeah.
I think that it's super, super important to have the boundary of, this is where I work. This is my office. Because I was the complete opposite, and I worked from my couch, and which was fine, which is great. Like, I have an office space set up, right? I had that set up, but I didn't want to be in there, so I was out here. But it made it so I was constantly in my living room. My entire life was my living room for a while there. And that is heavy.
Yeah.
Because all of the stresses from work that you are accumulating at your computer stay in the living room. And if that is your living room where you spend most of your time, those stresses and that weight is on you. Even if you're off work.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of people that like work from home but may not have the luxury of like having a separate place, and like they end up having their office in their bedroom.
Right.
And that can be heavy. So heavy. And if you're able to be mobile like we are with laptops, so nice to have the option to like be mobile and like work from wherever, right? And sometimes people are like, you know what, fuck it, today I'm working from my bed, right? But also like your bed is such your bed, but your bedroom, but like your bed is such a sacred place. Like you should not. And that like you said, like if work is really stressful or work is really hard, you have a really hard day, and then you put your computer down and you just have that in your bed. I read this total sidebar. I was reading about helping yourself when it's hard to like fall asleep or to sleep. And it said something about like understand your relationship with your bed.
Okay.
And I was like, what? My relationship with my bed? And it was like, don't sit in your bed and scroll on social media.
Okay.
Which like a lot of us do, right? Don't sit in your bed and work on your laptop. Don't like do these things where like you are breaking your relationship with your bed, because your relationship with your bed is sleep and relaxation. So if you're going to be doing things in your bed, have it be something relaxing. Like even like you can sit in your bed and read, right? But like social media is not always relaxing. It can be very toxic for us, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But anyway, boundaries, right? Set boundaries with yourself of what you do and don't do in your bed.
And I feel like that in itself, I think we should just kind of go off of that for a second. Boundaries in bed are so important.
So
you have like, okay, if you are in a relationship or not in a relationship and you just like are getting some on the side, like
which is great.
Good for fucking So fun fact about us, we will never ever slut shame anyone. You get it where you want it. Like whatever. What floats your boat may not float mine, but get it. Like, as long as you're happy, I'm happy for you.
Mm-hmm.
So with boundaries in bed, like that is like, you need to know yourself. You need to know what you like, what you don't like, right? And I think that's something that stresses me out personally.
Yeah.
Because like where I am in a very new relationship with a very new person.
Yeah.
He doesn't know my ins and outs yet. And after being with someone for as long as I was, who knew my ins and outs,
Yeah.
it's a very big adjustment because I'm just like, because we're still learning each other. We're still, I mean, like, we're still figuring out, like, I think we've got kissing down. Because if I could just kiss this guy all day long, I fucking would. I'm not going to lie. His kisses are amazing.
I love that.
But like, so we're getting that down. And it's like, and of course, like the first kiss is so great, right? It's like the adrenaline is there and the ooh feeling. But at the same time, it's a little awkward because you don't know the lips that you're about to like touch. Like you don't know how they kiss, and it's always a little nerve-wracking. And I'm not saying it was like super awkward where we were like
like junior high.
Junior highing it. It wasn't like that. We didn't like hit teeth or anything, but like there's still that like level of not discomfort, because I have never been anything but comfortable around him, which is so nice.
I love that.
Which is so nice.
That's so important.
That is so important. But like, so like going into like the next steps of like boundaries in the bedroom. So for me, fun fact about me is sex is my favorite conversation topic.
Okay.
I could talk like, and he learned that very quickly because when I'm nervous, I will talk about sex. Because to me, that is something that fascinates me, and I love sex. And I'm like, oh. And so I even
learned a thing that I want to tell you later.
Okay. So he, like, the first time we met in person after we had FaceTimed and talked and stuff, like, I gave him a full heads up. Sex to me is my first language.
Okay.
Like, I will talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, I will verbalize whatever. Because that is what I'm comfortable talking about. Yeah. And he is such a champ. I honestly, I don't know if he was ever that open before. It's never been an issue though.
Good.
And so like I set the boundary of, okay, this is my comfort zone when I'm nervous. Can we please talk about this? And now it's just like, I don't even have to preface, because I will let people know I have a question by saying, question. Or can I ask a question about this? I will let them know.
I love that about you.
Thank you. Thank you. I know that for some people it's very annoying because I do it a lot because I have a lot of questions.
I think that's great though.
But like, I am sitting here and I want you to try this cookie. Okay. We ordered cookies from Crave, but like while we were waiting. But tell me that did not just rock your socks.
That is so good. You should try this one. This is really good too.
Okay, well, I still have this piece that I'm just going to put down because I'm talking and I'm going to talk with my hands for a minute. But
that's so good.
So this sweet, wonderful human being has dealt with me talking about sex and has joined the conversation kindly and I don't want to say eagerly because it's not like he just wants to talk about sex. Like we are getting to know each other in a way that's comfortable for me and hopefully him too. He hasn't said it made him uncomfortable, and we've had that talk of you need to let me know when shit makes you uncomfortable, because
communication is key in everything.
Communication and boundaries with communication is so important. But like, so when we're talking about like the bedroom, it's just very like, we don't have to make it a big deal to talk about our boundaries. Yeah. What do you like? What don't you like? What is a go? What is no? Like, because neither of us want to make each other uncomfortable. And it's so important because it's like, and like with trying new things, it's like, I want to try things I've never tried before, and bless his heart. Okay, we'll try whatever. He doesn't say it like that, but like, I don't know how okay he's going to be with this particular conversation. Mr. and Mrs. Zane's parents, please don't listen to this episode. Zane's family, please don't listen to this episode. But like he's phenomenal. Like, and I am learning boundaries in a different way than I have known my adult. And I think that it's because of like the boundaries I've set with myself. Yeah. because I am no longer lessening my boundaries for other people's comfort. If something is uncomfortable for me, I will point it out and I will say something. And if you don't want to resolve it, then fucking don't.
Yeah.
But don't expect me to be
That says
here.
a lot
Yeah.
in itself.
Right. And it's like, I think that a lot of people look at boundaries very different. And I'm about to go into a completely different route than boundaries in the bedroom. But when it comes to setting boundaries, I think a lot of people confuse boundaries with constraints. Or boundaries with dictations.
Okay.
Because like a boundary, even if you, like you and I, we don't really have like boundaries, right? But we know what are safe topics, what are not safe topics. We know that if there's something, a hard conversation that needs to be had, we just have to preface with each other. But it's like when we set boundaries, like if you and I were to set a boundary of something, like maybe I'm talking about sex too much and you're just like, Gab, you need to calm it down. Cool. That's setting a boundary for yourself more than it is for me, because all you can control is you, right? So it's like some people like to set quote unquote boundaries by saying, well, you can't talk to these people or you can't do this. That's not a boundary.
Yeah, no.
That is a dictation. I think dictation is the correct word. I hope it is. Otherwise, I'm using like a dictator making it.
I feel like, yeah.
Okay. But like a boundary is saying, hey, this is where I draw the line. You can respect it or you don't. If you don't respect it, that's on you, but I'm not going to be here for it. And that is completely different than saying you can do this and you cannot do this. And I think a lot of people need to recognize the difference.
Yes.
Because boundaries are safe for you, not meant for other people. You don't get to set other people's boundaries for them.
Yep.
And I think that's a very hard pill a lot of people have to swallow. I learned that the hard way because I tried to set boundaries for other people and lost them. And that's hard, but I learned, and it's a beautiful thing now.
Yeah.
And now I can move forward knowing, okay, my boundaries are for me. Boundaries in general are for the person setting them, not for everyone around them.
I agree with that. I think that a lot of the misconceptions and lack of and discomfort in setting them comes from the way that we were taught boundaries. And I think that, so I want to say with every generation of parents, right, they parent and teach not always 100%, but like with what they were given, right? What they were taught and how they were parented.
Right.
And so I feel like as generations are going on and as time is moving on, specifically right now, like the generation, the like, I feel like my generation of parents right now, we are doing a lot to change things because we're like, hey, maybe this wasn't the best way to parent. And so anything that I say in regards to like, this is how we were parented or this is how we were raised, I don't blame our parents. I mean, I think, I don't know, like to a point, we're all our own individuals and can like see how we feel with different things, right? Yeah.
So I'm just going to interject real quick.
Okay.
I love where you're going with this, with parents and stuff. And maybe you're going to say this in a minute, but I think it's really important to remember, as you're saying, like, you don't blame our parents. They were doing the best that they could with the information they had.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Yes, exactly, with how they were parented, what they were taught, what they had, because even right now, we have the internet at our fingertips, right? Like, currently, I have a podcast and a book that I'm reading about parenting. I have read countless parenting books. I have read countless articles about parenting. Like, there's so much more, and even like medically, there's so much more coming out about neurodivergencies and things in our brain and like how like psychology, like all of these things, right? So we have a lot more, which is also why we're like this generation is kind of like, okay, yeah, like let's change some things with the information we have. So yes, no fault to our parents.
Right.
They were not doing anything maliciously. They were parenting us with what they had. Our
Parents, not saying everyone's parents are perfect by any means.
Yes. That is a very fair call out. I feel like a good amount of us did not have a healthy understanding of boundaries and how to respect our own personal boundaries.
Yes.
And an audiobook that I'm listening to right now said some things about this. I'm like, really, like, kind of blew my mind a little bit. So one of the boundaries is physical boundaries, right? As children, you're taught, you hug and you kiss your family when you say goodbye. You say goodbye. You know, like, yeah, your aunts and your uncles and your cousins and your grandmas, you hug them and you kiss them. Mm-hmm. And some families are different, right? Some families still kiss on the lips. And to me, that's weird. Right. My family didn't do that. I can't imagine doing that, especially as an adult. But anyway, but like kiss on the cheeks and stuff, like especially as young kids, like a lot of adults
I
are like
my mom on the cheek.
Yeah. And no shame to people who kiss on the lips. Every family is different. Mm-hmm. As long as you are comfortable with it.
Right.
That's great.
That is key.
Yes.
Because I noticed with your kids and with my nephew and actually all of the children that are in my life right now, you guys have different boundaries with your kids. Mm-hmm. Even if it upsets the adults. Mm-hmm. Where it's not, if they don't want to, they do not have to hug you. Mm-hmm. They do not have to acknowledge you right now. Mm-hmm. Because they're, like, kids' comfort is so big.
Yeah. They need to understand
bodily
their relationship with their body. Exactly. Because you're teaching them from a young age, okay, well, this adult wants to hug and kiss you. You go hug and kiss that adult. If they're uncomfortable with that and you're like, tough fucking cookies, you're going to do it anyway, that is not going to help them develop a positive relationship with their body for the rest of their lives. So yes, my children absolutely have that choice. And I will say, again, no fault to people, to a point anyway, some of the adults in our lives have had a really hard time with that. And or even like, okay, you don't want to hug me? I've got a piece of candy. Will you give me a hug and I'll give you this piece of candy? Again, I'm like, oh, back the fuck up. You are now bribing them to get access to their body.
You have a van with no puppies, but a puppy sign on the side. And I have to admit, I have done that. I did that to my nephew when he was little.
And sometimes we don't understand.
And I didn't even recognize it. And then, like, now that, like, he's a little bit older, and I'm like, oh, I crossed a boundary.
Yeah.
And I am so sorry. And he's like, I don't even remember it. And I'm like, but your body does. Mm-hmm. You might not, but your body definitely remembers that. And that's probably why you're not such a hugger now, is because people would bribe you and try and get you to do it when you said you didn't want to. And I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Yep. It's hard. And yes, I don't think that there is initially ill intent. I will say when it is brought up that like, hey, this is a boundary that we are letting them choose and letting them dictate. And then when it's not respected, that is where I'm like, okay, like I understand change is hard and you may not understand the reasons that we're doing this and maybe you do and just don't agree with it. But like that's where it's hard for me, is when it's not respected, especially when it comes to children, because they don't have the voices that we as adults have. Right. And but so physical, I was like, a word with a P. Physical boundaries. So it's so important to have that boundary and understand. Kind of like you were saying, setting boundaries in the bedroom too. In a relationship, even like no matter how long you have been together, it's still okay for you to set new boundaries or to hold your boundaries or to have your boundaries change. Mm-hmm. Like, just because you're in a relationship with someone doesn't mean you owe them anything. You owe them communication. Mm-hmm. They owe you respect and communication, vice versa, right?
Right.
But, so I think for me, that's been one of the biggest ones that I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. And especially through my parenting journey, I'm like, yeah, I've let my children choose their boundaries, right? And like you have seen, my youngest specifically very often does not want to hug or kiss people, which is, it's crazy because it depends on how she is feeling and her relationship with you, because she is such an aggressive lover. Like, she is so lovey. Like,
when she wants to love you, I think that she has what I have, which is cute aggression.
Yes.
Where she doesn't know what to do, and so it comes out violently.
And she just, like, grabs you, and she's like, oh, I just want to squeeze you and kiss you, and
Right. Yeah. She pulls a Lenny.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, oh my God, okay, cool, I love you too.
I love you too, kid.
Oh my
I love you
God.
too. I have not been lucky enough to experience that side of her, but I have
will.
seen her in both situations where she loves me and I know she loves me, but she's not feeling huggy, so I don't get a hug, which of course breaks my heart because that's, I mean,
and
to me, she's my niece,
That's
but like,
valid to feel,
but at the same time, I'm like, hey, she's her own person.
Yes.
Let's respect her. I understand what that feels like is having to have physical contact with people I don't want to have physical contact with, even if it's just in the moment. But then there's other days where she loves me out loud and will squeeze me and sit on my lap and wants me to play with her and whatever, and like we'll draw together or whatever, like, and so like I think that's also such a beautiful thing, is because it's like it's not just a given every time. It's like Russian roulette with emotions and hugs.
Never know what you're gonna get.
Never know what you're gonna get. Kids.
Oh yes. Oh my gosh. It is a journey. And I will say, I think that having James come into my life really helped me to understand that, because even though like that was definitely my childhood, right? Of like I hugged and kissed all my family. Right. And we don't know. I am still a hugger. I think that, so I've definitely learned that like I probably don't want to hug everybody I hug. And I'm trying to understand that more. And like, you know, there's so many times where like, you know, like Zane being introduced to your family and your family is, you know, maybe like, oh my gosh, I don't know if you're a hugger, but like, I'm so happy you're here. I'm going to hug you.
And so, okay, fun fact. This is fun facts about me tonight, apparently.
Okay.
So
I love it.
With that, my family are polar opposites. So there's my mom and then there's my dad, right? So my mom is a hugger. My dad is not. Like, I kiss my mom on the cheek and I get like a quick squeeze and a pat on the back from my dad. Like, that's how different they are as people.
Yeah.
My dad is a handshake person, and that has actually caused me to be like first time meeting people that aren't your family or aren't like family or really good vibe people. Not even vibe, but like trusted people of people I trust. You get a handshake. I won't hug you. I won't nux you. I will handshake you because it's still polite. And even in some people, I won't even do that.
Yeah.
I will just say hello and keep my hands to myself and completely block myself off. Like, whether my arms are like, I won't fold my arms because like that comes across bitchy, but like I'll have my
that's like go-to.
I know you do. And half the time I'm like, Teresa, why are you blocking my energy?
I know, I realize, and then I'm like, oh shoot, be open.
But like, I'll like have my hands together, like they will be clasped. Like, I won't. No. So I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No,
again.
and you know what? Maybe that's me. Maybe that is how I have learned to protect myself. Is I cross my arms all the time, and I am closed off. Sometimes I'm very open, and I'm starting to be a lot more mindful of it, especially when I feel like I am in a safe space. Like, your home, this is a very safe space to me, and I'm like, oh shoot, why am I crossing my arms? Like, okay, like I'm open and I'm good. And that's something that I try to really be with my kids too, like especially the youngest, because she is just, what is the word I'm looking for? Everything is big and loud with her, right? And when she's angry, it is very much there. And she does not talk and does not know how to communicate things. Obviously, I mean, she's young, right? Like, that's a little bit expected. But I will go and I will sit next to her and I will remain open. I will sit with my arms open. I will sit with my legs open, not crossed, right? That full open body language. And I will tell her, if you want to hug, or if you want to hold my hand, or if you want me to hold you while you're feeling these things, I'm here.
Yes.
And 9 out of 10 times she comes crawling on my lap and wants me to hold her. But yeah, I don't remember originally where. So boundaries. So physical boundaries. Emotional boundaries. Now I don't even remember. Oh, yes. So the audiobook that I was listening to was like, put it into much simpler terms in this conversation, right? Physical boundaries, you're taught to hug and kiss your family regardless. That is crossing your physical boundary. Emotional boundaries, you are taught to apologize whether you mean it or not.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
And people pleasing.
Yes. And
oh my Lord.
90% of our generation suffers with people. Like, we are like recovering people pleaser here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Still going through it. Yeah.
Figuring it out.
Yes. And that's like, yes, it's so hard. And so like, that's also something that I do with my kids is like, I will sometimes, what I read was like, you can say, you know, if you're wanting them to recognize, like, my youngest is a little physical, loves to hit. That is our go-to. So we are trying to navigate that, right?
Yeah.
So like sometimes, like, even though the older one is like double her age, she takes him down. And I'm like, okay.
That little one is...
She is a force. Yes, I'm excited to see the way that she makes her way in the world. But
she is going to dominate everything. You need to put her in sports.
I'm going to put her in gymnastics. We were at the park the other day and she hung on a pole and like flipped around. And I was like, what, is this just like...
Are you going to be...
Is this natural to you? Yeah. Is this like your body just told you to do this? It's beautiful. I love it. I need to get her in something I do. But sometimes like she'll take her older sibling down and I'm like, okay, obviously make sure they're good. And then I go over to her and I'm like, okay, what happened? Help me understand. Okay. You know, they did something that made you mad. Understand that. And we validate it's okay to have your emotions. Mm-hmm. We can control our reactions. So it's not okay to hurt people because you're emotionally hurting.
Right.
How do you think that made them feel? By you hitting them? Well, it hurt them. Okay. Is there anything that you feel that you want to or need to say to them? Or I feel like I'm not wording it the best right now, but we try to navigate that of like, I'm not telling you that you need to apologize, but if you feel bad, like, how do you think you can help them to feel better and know like things are okay?
Right.
And it's still kind of tricky navigating that because I don't want them to blindly apologize. So I also tell them, okay, so every time we say sorry, I'm like, okay, what does sorry mean? Mm-hmm. Sorry means I won't do it again. Right. So do not say sorry unless you mean that.
Exactly.
Like if you have it, like if you know, someone, I don't know, I can't even think of anything, but you do something and you're like, yeah, you do that to me again, I'm absolutely going to do it back to you again. Don't apologize because you're going to do it again.
Right.
Like I've told my oldest, I don't know why. One of their go-tos is I'll be like, hey, why did you, sorry. And I'm like, I haven't even, please don't just make your go-to sorry. Because first off, you haven't even heard what I'm saying. And second off, you need to hear what I'm saying to know if you're truly sorry or not. And to know if it's even necessary if you say sorry. Don't make that a go-to. Right. So physical boundaries, emotional boundaries. This one blew my mind, especially being in Utah. Mm-hmm. Very religious area. Spiritual boundaries. They said you were taught to follow and believe whatever gods or religion or beliefs that your parents had, regardless of how you felt about that. And like, that makes sense, right? To a point, like as parents, you are doing this thing and your kids naturally do it with you. But there is definitely opportunity as they grow older and see things to be like, hey, you know, if you don't align with this, that's okay. I align with this and I'm going to continue doing this and going with this. But if you think something different, that's right. Mm-hmm. So with Utah being very predominantly Mormon,
right?
I feel like that's such a thing. Mm-hmm. And like,
I apologize for that heavy sigh. Nothing against those who follow that religion.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
That was a very poorly placed sigh.
You're good. You're good. But, and I feel like, thinking through how to word things, some religions have very strong beliefs about people's lifestyles, and other religions and or other beliefs outside of their own. Mm-hmm. And I think that sometimes that makes it really hard for people in families to have differing views and still support each other. And so anyway, I was like, that's so great. Like, there's literally so many different places and aspects in our life that we should have boundaries, and we need to respect our own boundaries and understand what our boundaries are. And I just thought that was such a beautiful thing. And boundary, there's so much to boundaries that I just never fully understood and grasped. And I heard that and I was just like, oh my God, this is so crazy. And like the healing that can come through understanding the different boundaries and how to respect yourself with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love.
Yeah.
Stop it. I love that so much. Boundaries are such a big deal.
They really are.
And I think that it's from every aspect, not just emotional, not just physical, from every fucking aspect, especially boundaries with yourself are so important and so overlooked.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love this so much.
Me too.
Did you have any other boundary comments that you wanted to make in this episode?
No.
You feel complete? Even with staycations, vacations?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I love that.
All right.
Okay. So, all right. That's a wrap on this week's episode. Thank you guys so much for joining us in the chaos.
We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to subscribe, leave us a review or a comment of your favorite moment or what you'd like to hear next, and share it with your friends.
And don't forget to follow us on social media for more gorgeous pandemonium throughout the week.
Until next time, keep embracing all the madness.
Bye!
Bye!